Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a great Saturday. Hope it's been a good week for you and that you're enjoying the weekend thus far. Sorry about that little dead air at the moment. I wanted to start the stream and my throat said, "Cough now." You're an asshole. And he's like, "No, I'm a throat." It was a great conversation. Should we just jump into the title here? I don't want to be too clickbaity. Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of my state, had a secret rendezvous with Joe Biden. Now, that does not mean they bumped uglies. They might have. I wasn't there. He might have got all up in her shit. But I wasn't there, so I don't know, and I'm not suggesting that's what happened. More likely, they were talking about the vice presidential position. Instead of doggy style, they were talking the vice president position. Now, it should be noted that they think other people have secretly met with him as well. For some reason, they hold this this Veep stakes like a state secret, man. I'm not real sure why they do that. I mean, why? Look, I'm talking to these people and I'm talking to those people. Why is that a secret? Why does it need to be a secret? You know, this is somebody who might one day lead the nation, and you're treating it like a James Bond film. The fuck is wrong with you people? But anyway, that's how they do it. So that's what's going on. The AP reported that Gretchen Whitmer flew out of Lansing into Delaware and flew back the same day. It could be, guys, that he was telling her, no, you don't have it. We know that the nomination is supposed to come up this coming week. And he needs to do it fast because the convention is coming up. I think it's the week after. Isn't there a convention? I want to say it starts on the 17th. I could be mistaken about that. But yeah, I think their convention starts on the 17th. So he doesn't have a whole lot of time before he has to have a name up there. They have to nominate a president and a vice president. We'll see what happens, but she's the only one they know about. She's the only one they found out for sure flew out to Delaware on a chartered plane. God, that's a scary thought. But I had a thought, you guys. I had a conspiracy thought. I couldn't help it. It's not my fault. These things just pop into my brain. We've all been looking at this as though the next VP is going to be the next president if Biden wins, right? We've all been looking at it that way. What if there are forces inside the Biden camp who know how messed up he is, but don't want to see him 25'd either? They don't want to see the 25th Amendment used against him any more than I do. So maybe he goes with somebody like Gretchen Whitmer, who doesn't have, I mean, there's a reason she didn't run for president herself, you know? She's not a strong candidate for president. She's the kind of person you pick as a vice president in a normal year when you're not doing it based on color. You're not doing it based on vagina. You pick a random governor nobody's heard of before, or that they might have seen once or twice because something happened in their state. You pick some random nobody who might become the next president 8 years later. You don't pick somebody who had really strong presidential ambitions. And it got me to thinking, maybe Joe's wife isn't willing to give up the presidency that fast. And maybe she's like, you know, we should take Whitmer. We should take somebody who has no possibility of being ready to be in that position and who hasn't really shown any interest in wanting to be president. I don't know. Just a theory. Or maybe Joe's been cognizant enough. I love using that word with him now. Maybe he's been cognizant enough of what's going on to realize what's going on. And he's the one who's like, no, I'm not giving up this spot. Give me somebody that's not going to be presidential material, that nobody's going to be like, yeah, we need to use the 25th to get her in. You know? We'll see what happens. I was saying that last night, that his wife has the ambition to be first lady. That's possible. It's possible she wants to be in a power role like that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said, he's supposed to be coming out. He's supposed to be coming out and telling us who it is this next week, because he's running out of time. And there was an article that we read on Lords of the Night tonight that Joe Biden's people think it's a virtue that he takes forever to make a fucking decision. I maintain that he's not contemplating things. He's just napping, and that's why it takes so long. Or that he forgets he's supposed to be making the decision, so that's why it takes so long. But I don't see the advantage of picking Whitmer for Biden. One, with all of the race stuff that's gone on this year. Look, Biden promised to pick a woman. He never promised to pick a person of color. He never promised to pick anything other than vagina. It could still be fucking Elizabeth Warren, you guys. It could be. However, it's what has been floated so much that I think if he doesn't pick Kamala or Rice or who else has been floated still, I think they pretty much killed, oh shit, what's her name? Karen Bass. That's it, Karen Bass. I think her nomination's pretty much been, no. Too many issues there. But all of this has been floated so much, and everybody's expecting a woman of color. If he comes out and doesn't, that could cause some serious blowback. Serious blowback. He could end up looking at problems in the African-American community, in the black community, where you have, do you remember when he went to South Carolina, what they talked about? His strength? Black women. Black women put you there, and you choose this Becky looking bitch. Do you think that's going to play well? Look, there's every possibility that he called in all of his remaining candidates and was like, no, not you, no, not you, no, not you, it's you. I hope he did it in a bachelorette kind of setting. Like he had one rose to give, and he just slowly walked in front of them, back and forth, and they kept getting there. Every time he stepped in front of them, their hopes got up, and then he took another step, and they like cried a little bit. I hope that's what happened, because it would make it a lot more funny for me. Chances are what he did is called them in individually, told each of them no, except for whoever was the winner. But like I said, the only one that they've been able to track down, the only one they know for sure, went to Delaware. Now, nobody knows for sure that she met with him, because everybody's keeping mum on this. Nobody's talking about whether or not she met with him or not. But she met with him. There's no other reason to fly to Delaware for no fucking reason and fly home the same fucking day. Unless you accidentally flew to Delaware. You're like, shit, I was supposed to be somewhere fun. It's Delaware, for fuck's sake. What was that game show with the person who asked 3 random people a set of questions and then they went on a date? I don't know. 3 random questions. Blind date. I don't know. There's been a lot of dating shows like that. I mean, Love Connection was not that one. That one, they actually got to see each other on that, right? They watched the videos of each other or some stupid shit. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched any of those game shows. Anyhow, so Gretchen Whitmer, she's trending right now because of the secret rendezvous. It's so weird to say that because he's so old and creepy, and that just makes it sound like they had sex. And again, I'm not saying they had sex. I am not saying he bent her over a couch and slid it right up into her butt and she went, "Ooh, daddy." I'm not saying that happened. I'm saying it actually didn't, probably. But saying secret rendezvous kind of makes it sound that way, doesn't it? I might be overthinking it a little bit. Anyhow, that's some disturbing news. I don't know how she's even a candidate, to be honest with you. She hasn't been a governor for that long. Her state is a shithole. It is. I live here. The roads are destroyed. Flint still hasn't been fixed. Detroit is a shit bomb. It's not even a shithole. It is a shit bomb. I don't know why she would even be on the list. Thank you, Shrouded Angel, for the donation with the vomiting person. Guys, don't forget, I'm brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you hear, and I realize that some of you don't enjoy what you just hear, but if you enjoy what you hear, hit that like button, hit the share button if you would, and if you can, of course, please donate. It's always appreciated. Never required, always appreciated, though. Yeah, you think he gave her that old super PAC? Chad says, Ranting Monkey super PACs are going to pick Hillary at the convention. No, they won't. Hillary's a done thing. She's not happening. She had her chance. She blew it horribly, and she won't shut the fuck up. If she had shut the fuck up for the last 4 years, maybe. Sadistic Atheist says, if your POTUS dies in office, does the vice president serve out the rest of the term, or does it trigger a snap election? No, they serve out the rest of the term. It's the only way a president can serve more than 8 years is if they are vice president and something happens to the president, they die, or the 25th Amendment, which allows for the removal. If something like that happens, then they serve out the rest of the term, and then they can have 2 full terms of their own. As long as it's got to be 3 years or less, I think is the caveat there. It can't be like they die on the first day and then they get 2 extra after that. I think it's 3 or less. Somebody will know that in chat, or will look it up to tell me I'm right or wrong. I'm sure 2 terms or 10 years. Is that what it is? It has to be less than 2 years. Why was I thinking 3? Huh? It's been a while since I've read it. Anyhow, so what does it mean? Let's be honest about it. This meeting, what does it mean? Not much, honestly. On its own, it doesn't mean very much at all. It just means that they met. And like I said, it could be him telling her, yeah, sorry, I like you, but my wife thinks I want to put it in your butt. And I really do. So if you don't mind, hold still. I'll spit on it a little bit and we'll put it right in there. It could have been him saying that he wants her for VP, though. And God, please don't let that be what it is. I don't know if any of the candidates we've heard are good selections, especially knowing they have such a good chance of being president. Look, most of the time when it's a VP, nobody cares. It's like it's a fucking vice president. Nobody cares. Nobody cared when Mike Pence became Trump's running mate. They're like, fucking Mike Pence. A few people went, he thinks people should be shocked out of being gay. Not what he said. But still, there were a couple of people. For the most part, people are like, I don't care. Because nobody cares about the vice president. They're the spare. And most of the time when we elect a president, we don't think anything's going to happen to him. In this case, if Biden's elected, I don't know how many people honestly think he's going to serve a full 4 years. I don't think even he thinks he's going to serve a full 4 years. Over on the Streamlabs, Mentrex, thank you so much. My girlfriend's dog died, so I tried to cheer her up by getting her an identical one. It just made her more upset. She screamed at me, what am I supposed to do with 2 dead dogs? Oh, God. That's funny. Thank you for that. That's fucked up. Don't buy people dead dogs. Anyhow, when it comes to this VP select, that joke's killing me. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't sure where that was going. I thought somebody might have screwed up a Jack donation and gave it to me, but that's funny as shit. This VP has a decent chance of becoming president because if you've watched Biden, we've talked about it endlessly here. He's not all there. I would probably put 75% odds that he's going to be 25, you guys. The 25th Amendment will be invoked against him at some point in his term, which means whoever he picks as VP has a good chance of being your president. And as you look at the people who've been named, I mean, Stacey Abrams was named, for fuck's sake. This is a woman whose only accomplishment is losing the Georgia gubernatorial race and refusing to admit she lost. That's her. You have Duckworth, who at least has an impressive military career, and she's a disabled vet who lost her legs, right? And she has that going for her, but she's kind of an idiot. So that Milkman, thank you so much. Who says hello, Ranting Monkey, sir? Hello, Milkman Dan. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for the donation. So let's see. You have that loser. You have Camel Toe Harris, who got into office, who succeeded as a politician by fucking a married dude publicly where everybody knew about it. Gets her elevated to Attorney General of the state of California, and then eventually to a senator. And her time as a prosecutor in LA and then as the Attorney General, she has a horrible track record. Horrible. Literally was going to withhold evidence that would have kept a man from going to death. She's a horrible. She has a grating personality. She's Hillary 2.0. I've called her that since she first entered the race. Like, that's Hillary 2.0. That's her. So you might see a Hillary that way if he picks her, but she's a horrible candidate. Next up, who else? Susan Rice. Aside from being involved in most of the scandals that should have been covered in the Obama administration, if you don't think that's going to come back to bite her in the ass, you're wrong. She has no real experience in actually doing the work. She was an advisor most of the time. She's not an executive. Who else do we have? Karen Bass, who really likes commies and was a little too supportive of Scientology. To each their own. I'm just saying that's not a VP for me. No. Who else did we? I mean, there were other names floated, but none of them seriously. So maybe we'll get somebody who nobody's talked about. Maybe we'll get Demings out of Florida. Florida's an issue for the Democrats. Recent polls show Biden leading down there, but it's not by very much. Certainly not by very much. Who else do we have? I mean, there's not that many candidates that are viable. None of them would have won the election on their own. And that's part, if they're being fair here, I don't want it to happen, guys. Don't want it to happen. But if they're being fair, knowing that Biden's probably not going to finish out his term, Bernie should be the VP. Yvonne Potato, thank you so much, who says, so I shouldn't buy people dead dogs? What am I supposed to do? Buy a live one and kill it myself? That sounds more expensive. Go sit in the corner. God damn it. Prospero says Susan Rice is a very facile liar. Yes, she is. She's not a good person. But yeah, if they're being fair and they know that this man's gonna probably die or end up shitting himself on TV and playing in it, and them having to hit 25, go whoops, reset. the fair thing to do would be to pick Bernie Sanders as the VP. I don't want him to be the VP because that would make him president, and I don't want a commie for a president. I'm just saying if they're being fair. Witless is queen of the Karens. Oh, yeah. She's a treat. It still bothers me that the press never gave her enough shit for the lockdowns and the way she ended them. Whitmer comes out with this lockdown that tells us we can't go to our second homes for those people who have them. I don't. But you can't go to your second home. She also ordered garden centers closed, and she tried to fight back because people said she won't let us buy seeds, and she's like, I never said you couldn't buy seeds. You just can't go into the area where they sell them. Fucking cunt. She shuts it down. You're not allowed to go into garden centers. And then suddenly she lifts those. She lifts those two restrictions. It's like, that's weird. And the stories start coming out that her husband had gone to their second home. Remember, like, uh-oh, is he cheating on her? That was a story there for a little bit. People were like, is he cheating on her? But according to her, what he did was he went and raked leaves at their second home. So she lifts these important restrictions that are keeping you from dying so her husband can go rake the lawn. Yeah, that happened. At her second home, not even at her primary residence. It's not like, okay, we need a rake, so we're gonna lift this so I can run to Home Depot, get a rake, and come back. No. It was so he could go to their second home. Hi, Becca. How you doing, sweetheart? By the way, hi, Nuts and Prospera. I have seen you, ladies. I usually say hi. I try to, but yeah. But yeah, Whitmer. It was that should have been a scandal. That should have been a scandal. By the way, speaking of Prospera, you guys, Minions of the Zoo, 1,000 episodes. It was their 1,000th episode tonight, guys. Congratulations, guys. Well done, and here's to many more. There was a great tweet. Who did that today? I forget who it was, but there was a NBC reporter. Was it Andrea Mitchell? I think it was Andrea Mitchell. Let me see if she deleted it or if it's still up there. Andrea Mitchell. There she is. I hate that I know her name. No, not that one. Not that one. I'm pretty sure this was her. This was earlier today, so I don't know how long ago it was. She was tweeting out about how what's her name? Anna Navarro had signed on with the Biden campaign. Do you guys know who Anna Navarro is? Anna Navarro is she's not a nice lady. I'm trying not to get in trouble, you guys. I did not click the button that said I would say the C word, so I'm trying not to say it. Yeah, I can't find it. Anyway, in her tweet, she said that the Team Obama had scored a major coup or something. I forget her exact words, but she said Team Obama, talking about how they got a great thing with picking up Anna Navarro for their campaign. Like, Team Obama. Everybody's like, Team Obama. That actually was trending for quite a while today. Team Obama. I bet I can find it searching Team Obama. So I could read it to you and not sound like a moron over here. There it is. Anna Navarro is a big get for Team Obama. Biden camps tap GOP Trump foe to rev up Latino voters. Two things. This reporter misspelled Anna. Anna's name is spelled A-N-A. It's Anna Navarro. She spelled it A-N-N-A. And then she said a big get for Team Obama. That's disrespectful as fuck to old Biden, ain't it? That is, and she's kept that tweet up. She hasn't taken it down. She's like, oh, well, fuck it. It is Team Obama. We all know it. Yeah, Navarro's an asshole. There's people talking about her. She is not a Republican. She's not a conservative. She claims to be. And it's funny watching her try to pretend she's one because she's just not at all. I don't know how she ever got to make that claim. She's a CNN contributor, or was. I'm guessing she's going to work for the Biden. Are you guys shocked that a CNN contributor is going to work for the Biden campaign? Anybody here shocked by that? Yeah, me neither. We know they're working on their behalf anyway. Somebody might as well get paid for it. But yeah, just that's horribly disrespectful to Joe. You owe him an apology, Anna, or Andrea Mitchell. She had a long thread about something I don't care about today. I don't follow her. It popped up because like I said, Team Obama was trending. I'm like, what the fuck is Team Obama? He hasn't been president for like almost 4 years. And I'm like, oh, whoops. We know who the media is still rooting for, right? Our media. I know I bitch about them a lot, guys, but it's earned. It's earned. Simone Sanders was working for one of them, wasn't she? She was working for Bernie Sanders, yeah. Because Michelle Obama is going to be the real president. I'm telling you guys, she doesn't care about that. She really doesn't. Michelle Obama wants to be famous, not the president. She wants to be Oprah. She doesn't want to be Barack. She wants to get out there and earn a lot of money making people watch her as she tells you how to live your life. The Sanders team, yeah. Bernie, he picked some real winners for his campaign. Linda Sarsour was signed on as a was she official with him? I can't remember if she was official with him, but yeah, Sarsour was there. She sure can't practice law. Are you talking about Michelle? Michelle has a new podcast, you guys. I'm telling you, she wants to be famous. She wants to be Oprah. That's her goal. And I don't look. Hey, more power to her. Stay the fuck out of politics. You don't know what you couldn't even put together a lunch for schools. You dumb weirdo. You manly looking woman. Pretty sure Sarsour actually appeared at Bernie rallies. She did. And if you're wondering who Linda Sarsour is, she's an anti-Jewish Muslim woman. Imagine that, a Muslim who doesn't like Jews. Weird, right? And Bernie signed her on. Fucking the Jewish guy signed her on. Like, fuck. Dude, do you have any self-respect at all? The answer is no, he doesn't. We saw that in the previous campaign when he let 2 women come up and steal his microphone from him. Oh, man. God, I wonder what it's like at Bernie's house. You just know his wife pushes him around all the time. But I don't want to take it in the butt tonight. Shut up and do it, boy. All right, over on the Streamlabs. That might be the most disturbing thing I've ever done on the show. Hyman Lyman, thank you so much. Who says, "Hi Monk, glad to catch the stream. I normally catch you in the morning as I drive into work. Keep up the good work, big guy." Thank you so very much. It's very kind of you. That is very, very generous. Thank you. And I do what I can. I was talking. There's a girl on Twitter that I follow, and her and a friend are starting to play Far Cry 5, which made me very nostalgic. Me and Satsu had so much fun with that game. We really, really did. And just seeing that they're playing it made me very nostalgic. And I went and I watched that trailer that I made for New Dawn and put it up. And she responded, "You have a really deep voice." Is my voice really that deep, guys? I know it's deep, but I think there's people who have a lot deeper voice than Monkey does. I don't have it. I just don't think of it as that deep. Andrew Joyner, thank you so much. "I'm at work. I'm bored. Entertain me." You weren't entertained by the Bernie getting it in the butt thing? Come on. And Shrouded Angel, thank you so much again for the vomiting emoticon. Yeah. And yeah. It's pretty deep. Is it? Okay. I mean, I guess. To me, it's just normal, I guess. It's a non-soy voice. Thank you. I guess that's a compliment, right? Oh, speaking of soy, should we get into the thing that annoyed me the most today? I didn't even let myself dwell on it. I didn't let myself dwell because it would have pissed me off to the point of rage, and I was just getting ready to do the game stream. This person tweeted out this: "One reason why I oppose libertarianism and even small government conservatism is its emphasis on people figuring out on their own what it takes to be personally responsible. You can't expect people to make rational decisions the vast majority of the time." I'm not even sure how to interact with somebody like that. I'm not sure how to interact with somebody who doesn't think that most people can make rational decisions. Somebody who thinks that left to their own devices, people are going to like set their crotches on fire and run with scissors. I don't know if you guys remember, but going back to the Gulf War, there were people who argued that we couldn't take Saddam Hussein out because without him, those people would turn into animals. He kept them in control. He kept them under his thumb. And whether that's true or not, that's a horrible thing to think about people. It's a horrible thing to think that people have to be controlled. And it amazes me because once again, that line of thinking came from Democrats. And that shouldn't surprise me given what happens if you go back to abolition. If we don't keep these slaves on the plantation, if we don't whip them for not doing what we tell them to, they're not gonna know how to act. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. Shio. Look, man, that's the first time I've ever fucked that one up. I'm taking a mulligan. Shio, thank you so much. Who says, "Monkey in the morning, more gags than Pornhub. Hashtag Bernie takes it in the rear." Expo Bahotep, thank you. "Bigotry of low expectations with a dash of savior complex." It's man, it's disturbing. It's very disturbing to know people I would hope are rational adults are saying stupid shit like this. Like, look, if I'm not under somebody's thumb, I'm just going to go nuts. Thank you, Evolved Potato. "Well, there are more women than men in the world, so most people are women, so most people not being rational does kind of make sense." Wow, you're going to You can get the women's mad. Cryptic, thank you. I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Damn it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. You guys are very generous. I appreciate it. And thank you for the laughs, because there are times that, like this thing, it really did. It pissed me off for reading this tweet. This idea that that you have to control people. That if you let people have freedom, they're going to what? Abuse it? They're going to abuse freedom? That was Evolved Potato Nuts. Go get them. No, wait. Which one said that? Was it Evolved? Let me make sure. I don't want to get in. Yeah, that was Evolved who said that one. Throwing it out there. And don't get mad at me for selling you out, Evolved. They could have went back and just listened. So I was just saving them time. Where's the line, though? You know, Demon, that's the question. That's the or where's the lie? I guess you're saying about the what Evolved said. But I like your question the way I said it better. Where's the line? At what point is enough enough? I mean, we're getting to the point now where they actually want to control what you're allowed to say. They want hate speech laws. They already have hate crime laws. Sorry about that, guys. I had to move my mic a little bit. They have hate crime laws where if you say the wrong word while you're killing somebody, well, that's you killed them extra. If your loved one got murdered, but nobody said a slur while it happened, it's just not as bad as this guy over here who was murdered the exact same way, but the guy who did it said a slur. Your loved one is less dead than that other guy. That's fucking retarded. That's law. We have that across the land. Hate crime laws. Those are thought crimes. That's not punishing somebody for what they actually did. That's punishing them for what they thought or what they said in the heat of passion. Stupid. Either it's a crime or it's not. And whatever the crime is, I don't want somebody I know being the victim of a crime and knowing that because somebody didn't say a slur to them, that perpetrator is going to get a lesser sentence. You're literally saying, well, what happened to you is not the same as what happened to them. Somebody said a bad word. It's assuming intent. Well, intent matters, of course. Intent matters, but we have laws that include, well, this had intent, this didn't. Anyhow, they want to make it so you can't even say bad words. There are people out there who want to control your speech. Apparently, small government gives you too much of a right to say the words you want to say, to express the thoughts you want to express. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. Cryptic says, a man is lying on a beach wearing nothing but a cap over his crotch. A woman passing by remarks, if you were any sort of gentleman, you would lift your hat to a lady. He replied, if you were any sort of sexy lady, the hat would lift by itself. Well, there you go. That's what she gets. She need to ignore him. They want to thank you for the donation. It's disturbing to me to know that there's people out there like, I need the government to tell me how to behave. But the thing is, it's never that, is it? It's never that. This person, I'm sure, though, no, not me. You don't get to tell me how to behave. I'm one of the good ones. But that guy over there, he said something I don't like. Leave people alone. Most people will just leave each other alone. Stop fucking with it. We have laws. And we need to have as few of those as possible so that people can just live their fucking lives without having to get involved with a bunch of stupid shit that frankly shouldn't happen. Just keep in mind that these people will tell you there were terrorists at the Michigan Capitol, but the Portland protesters are peaceful. Keep that in mind when you think about these people who want the government to tell you how to behave. They threw a can of paint at an old woman because she dared to put out a trash can fire. Ted Wheeler. Fucking Ted. Teddy Wheeler's finally come around, you guys. Teddy Wheeler's finally come around and recognized that what's going on there in Portland is not peaceful protest. You see, on Wednesday night, the peaceful protesters tried to lock the police in their precinct and set it on fire. And Ted was like, people could have been killed. These same peaceful protesters have been trying to do that to the federal building, the Justice Center there, for a month. There were several nights they literally tried to do that very thing. There were other nights they tried to do different things. But the feds responding to that, oh, how dare you? They're just peaceful. But then it comes to Portland, and actually to their police station. And Ted, his response was, don't do that. You're giving Donald Trump ammunition. Not don't do that because you're going to kill somebody. He actually said, look, this could kill somebody. But he didn't say don't do it because it could kill someone. That wasn't his reason. Don't do it because it gives Donald Trump ammunition. Good night, nuts. Have sweet dreams. Mentrix, thank you again. He says, 2 kids were, God damn it. I know you're going to make me laugh when I'm trying to be serious, aren't you? 2 kids were beating up a kid in an alley. Sorry, guys. Once again, this breaks it up funny, so it's hard for me to read sometimes. 2 kids were beating up a kid in an alley, so I stepped in to help. He didn't stand a chance against the 3 of us. God damn it. Oh, my God. I'm trying to be serious here. No, thank you for the donation. Ted Wheeler didn't say that they shouldn't try to kill people because killing people is wrong. He said they shouldn't try to kill people because it might get Donald Trump reelected. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? This is, oh God. He catches on a little bit. He sees that it's violent. He sees that it's happening. It finally gets through to his thick fucking skull. And all this douchebag can think about is, hey guys, you're gonna get Trump reelected. Kyler, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. You're going to get Trump reelected. You know, Trump hasn't needed any more from these people for a while. There's plenty of footage of them being shitbags. Plenty of footage of them setting fires. Plenty of footage of them hitting police officers. Plenty of footage of them damaging property that they don't really need more. I mean, there's tons of it out there. Cryptic, thank you. Can orphans eat at a family restaurant? I think it depends on each restaurant. I mean, what families are they serving? I mean, if Trump can come out in support of air, we may have a mass death from asphyxiation. You know, that's probably not false. Even reading that, okay, so I'm reading the article. It was in the New York Post, and it's like, okay, he finally gets it. He finally gets it. Oh my God, people could have been killed. And then you get to that next part. Please stop coming out because you're giving Trump ammunition. We talked about this the other night. We've talked about it a couple of nights. People like Ted Wheeler think this crowd is on their side. And you have a lot of them in there who are fuck Trumpers kind of thing, you know. Fuck Donald Trump. Ha ha ha. I said fuck. Don't tell my mom. But for the most part, they're little commies. They're little fucking commies. They don't like you either, Teddy. They don't think you go far enough. The enemy of my enemy is not always my friend. That's a misnomer. Sometimes the enemy of my enemy is a psycho, like Antifa. You want to talk about Antifa? Y'all want to hear something funny? Teespring took all Antifa-related merchandise off their site today. And Antifa folks are pissed. They are pissed. They support fascism. No, they don't. This is what Teespring said. Teespring is not a fascist company. Due to recent increase of violent Antifa content, we have removed all Antifa-related listings until we are able to review the intent behind the designs. Reviewing this content will take some time, so we appreciate your understanding. And of course, the usual suspects came out to tell us, oh, Antifa, it stands for anti-fascism. So if you don't support Antifa, then you're a fascist. That's fucking retarded. That is stupid fucking logic. I can literally name my group Stop Violence Against Women, and then go out and beat women. And if you're like, oh, you're beating women, like, hey, our name is Stop Violence Against Women. So if you don't support us, you support violence against women. That's how fucking retarded it's named anti-fascist argument is. It's how fucking retarded it is. How simplistic. How juvenile. Am I getting through? Am I making this clear enough? They're children. They're fucking little children who need mommy and daddy to tell them how to behave. The Republic of North Korea. Yes. Yes. The People's Republic of China. Yeah, people have a huge say in that, don't they? That's what Nazi stands for. Well, you have to remember that communism, most of the worst parts of fascism that everyone hates, you know, the silencing of dissent, the authoritarian control. Everywhere we've had communism, that's part of it. These are little commies who don't get that. They're fucking morons. Some of them call themselves anarcho-communists. You can't have anarchy and communism. They don't go together. By its very nature, communism requires an authoritarian government because you can't have the people speak against it, because then people get ideas. They're like, wait, I could make more money if I was allowed to charge my own prices. If I owned the shit, I could make more. Well, fuck, that sounds like a much better idea. Let's do that. Communism is an authoritarian government style, guys. It's an economic system, technically. But in order to institute it, you need an authoritarian government, which looks an awful lot like fascism. Mentrex, thank you so much. Why do Pink Floyd and Princess Diana, what do Pink Floyd and Princess Diana have in common? Their last big hit was The Wall. Did you guys watch all that when that happened? Were you glued to your TV when Diana died? I wasn't, but I know people who were. I've never been that big on the royal family. Sorry, Brits. I just don't care. I know we have a shared ancestry and all that, but I don't care. My ancestors were Irish. They were Irish. You guys were shitty to them too. Cryptic, thank you. Commies not even once. Trust me, been there. Yeah, I know. There are two things that I know if I'm talking about it that you will get passionate about, Cryptic. It's communism and illegals. And it's because you've dealt with both systems. And people would be wise to listen to those who've actually been through it. I'm sitting here speaking theoretically. I've seen it. I haven't experienced it. Listen to people who have. People who get out of communist countries, don't come over here and go, you guys are totally missing out. You so need to become commie. It is so cool. That doesn't happen. They come over here and go, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Stop. You don't want that. There's a reason I came here. But they don't listen. They know better. It's kind of like when you see little white kids out there arguing with a black conservative and telling the black guy he doesn't know what he's talking about with his own lived experience. And tell him, you just internalized whiteness. You're lucky you don't beat your little white ass. The English were worse to the Irish than Americans. Yeah, for a long time. But, you know, bygones and all that. I never got the whole, I see the pageantry of it, and I know it's something that is very important to the British people, and I don't take that away from them. I've just never understood why Americans care. I just don't care. We kick those fuckers out for a reason. Like, take you and your whole monarchy system and go to fuck back across the ocean. We're going to try it over here with somebody we don't just let be ruler because his dad was. You guys, in fairness, I mean, while the Queen still does technically have all the control, you guys have a parliamentary system now, and you vote. So that's good. I never got the whole king queen thing. Doesn't appeal to me. I've never do you want to be king of the world? Fuck no. Hell no. That's too much. That's too much stress. Maybe king of the I don't want to be king of nothing. That's too much. Any king is too much. I don't want to be Burger King. That's too much stress. Now we're mixing arguments. I'm sorry, I'm talking about two different things at once. The Diana thing, it amazed me how many Americans were torn up by that, you know? How many of them just glued to their TV for days, rewatching the footage. It's not like you even got to see her bounce off the wall. It was ambulances in a tunnel. Not that you want to see her bounce off the wall, you know, but it's not like watching the towers fall over and over again. You actually saw that happen. So, anyhow, I never understood it. I don't know. Monkey King was a good story. I'm not familiar. A commie king, wouldn't that be a contradiction? No, a commie king would fit in perfectly. It's basically what they are. Look at the Ill family. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they vote in Korea. I know they have votes in Korea, but yeah, it's basically a monarchy over there. Passed from father to son over and over for no fucking reason other than, well, he's their son. And if something happens to him, it passes to his sister's next of kin because he doesn't have an heir yet. Oh man, stretchy stretch. Thank you, Cryptic. Fact, communism has killed more than the Third Reich by a lot. I've mentioned this many times, Cryptic. I understand why we don't like Hitler and why we look at him with disdain. Why we put him on par with Satan himself. I do not understand why we don't put Stalin in that same spot. I don't understand why we rightfully criticize Nazism, but have no problem with people openly saying they're communist. I don't understand that. It makes no goddamn sense. Communists have been horrible people throughout history. Communism requires it. Mao was worse. Yes, Mao was horrible. Look, anywhere. Castro was a shitbag. Put his enemies, people who disagreed with him, against a wall and had him shot several himself because they disagreed. But hey, he taught the people how to read. Look, yeah, he killed a lot of people. He's kind of an asshole, but he taught them all to read. They were only allowed to read what he let them read, though. Don't want them getting into those ideas in their head. If you ask me, Carol Baskin killed her husband and the Commie King should be released from jail, or am I confusing this with something else? I don't, I get you're making jokes here. I don't know anything about I didn't watch the Tiger King thing. I know everybody loved it, and I went upstairs one day and Lady Monkey was watching. I'm like, is this the Tiger King thing? She goes, yeah. And so I sit down and I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I'm like, this is boring as shit. I'm going back downstairs. I'm going to play a video game. Cryptic, thank you. Mao's low estimate was 40 million killed. Yeah, what's Stalin, 25? Yeah, commies have killed a lot of people. They killed a lot of people, especially in the 20th century, man. They had a field day killing people. How you doing, Jack?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm mad at you.
Why?
Because you weren't here a little while ago.
Oh, my bad.
I waited as long as I thought I could to talk about Ted Wheeler. And I'm like, oh, maybe Jack's taking the night off. And then you show up after about it.
Sorry, I was planning on staying in bed because my sinuses are going nuts.
Yeah, you sound like you're either sick or tired.
A little both. I've been blowing my nose a lot. Stupid change of weather because of that stupid, what do you call it? Tropical storm.
Yeah. I always love you, but I was like, damn it, Jack, come on. Did you see what Teddy did?
I saw him come out and condemn them trying to burn the building down.
Yeah, but if you read the whole story, and we're going to talk about it again, you guys, because I'm interested in Jack's opinion here. What he says is they could have killed people.
Yeah.
They could have killed people. But he doesn't tell them not to burn down buildings because it could kill people.
Yeah, well.
Instead, he switches and tells them, you're giving Donald Trump fuel. If you don't want to help Trump get elected, don't come out.
Mm-hmm.
Not don't kill people, not don't burn shit because it's wrong. Don't do it because you're going to help Trump get elected. How fucked up is that?
Well, it's pretty fucked up because I think this is as close as we're going to get to Ted Wheeler being aware of what's actually going on without the politicking, I guess. He is very much a supporter of these people. And from everything he said, he wants them to love him.
Yes.
They're not going to.
No, they don't like him at all.
He's still in charge. And he's a piece of shit. And I don't like him. I think the only reason he came out with this half-ass statement, and I agree it was totally half-ass, but for him, this is a big step forward. I think the only reason he did that is probably behind the scenes, Trump said, look, you either get your shit together or we're coming in there. I'd be willing to put money that he has some sort of pressure applied to him by either the police union, or the feds, saying, look, get your shit together or somebody else is going to come in and do something.
I have a feeling I doubt it was Trump because I don't think he would care. I think it was probably either some Democratic Party leader or the police union going, if you get us killed, we're coming out against you. And Yeah, they were doing exactly the same things that they did to the federal building. Exactly.
Yeah.
Blocking the doors, trying to start fires.
Yep.
And they're like, I don't understand why the feds are so mad. And now it's like, oh, you can't do that. You're going to kill people. Like, well, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. It's literally what they were trying to do. They were trying to kill cops, you stupid shit. Yeah. And your worry is that it might make Trump look good. Your worry should be for those men and women in uniform who protect your dumb ass. Oh, what do you think is going to happen if they come to his house and try that shit?
I'm kind of surprised they haven't, because they call him Tear Gas Ted, for God's sake. They hate this man. And I think he's a little more worried about his political career because they are going into the suburbs now.
Yeah.
And people are probably calling his office being like, look, get your shit together, man. So he's probably catching it from both sides. And I know Trump mentioned him in the little presser he did today in New Jersey.
I'm so glad you brought that up. You keep talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's... sorry, chat. I'm not going to be real interactive today. I can't read real well when I get sinus infections. It gives me real bad dizzy spells. So yeah, I think the fact that Trump mentioned him today is probably going to help a little bit to get Wheeler on board with stopping this shit. But otherwise, I think if Ted wasn't getting some kind of pressure, he would still be endorsing BLM and Antifa in every action they do, because their good boys didn't do nothing. So somebody's applying pressure to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come out and said even this much. This is, I think, as far as we're getting with him. He might let the cops get a little rougher with the crowd, but I don't think he's doing this without some sort of actual motivation, because he doesn't give a fuck about the cops.
I feel like we need a bit of humor in our lives, Jack. Let me know how the audio is here.
I won't say that yet.
It's good.
Okay. This is from the press conference, you guys. And I can't guarantee you'll be able to hear the question that's asked, but the answer is just worth it anyway.
See that when it happens, but we have the money.
Please say what number?
We have it, Justin. We have plenty of money. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said that the pandemic is disappearing, but we lost 6,000 Americans this week. And just in this room, you have dozens of people. You're not following the guidelines in New Jersey, which say you should not have more.
No, they don't have this political activity. You're wrong with that, because it's a political activity. They have exceptions, political activity, and it's also a peaceful protest. So when you...
How good was that?
It was kind of beautiful.
That I watched that. I laughed so fucking hard. Tells this motherfucker it's a peaceful protest. The crowd goes nuts there. It's amazing. Mic drop moment for the president there.
Right? Like, that also gives people an out. If they don't want to wear the mask, they can say, well, it's my First Amendment right to protest.
Mm-hmm. He also points out that a lot of people in the crowd are wearing masks, but this guy, how dare you? How dare you? Jim Acosta whined about this press conference, says he turned it into a political rally and bashed the press. And by the end of it, the people were booing the press. Like, well, stop being a shitbag.
Right?
Bob said, did he really call his press conference a peaceful protest? He said the people in the audience were peacefully protesting. So, kind of, yeah. And that's funny.
Yeah. No, I think John said it best in chat here. Jim Acosta's been a whiny bitch for 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Probably for a lot longer than that. We just noticed it for the past 4 years.
Yeah, he's had more of a reason, because he really hates Donald Trump, and Donald Trump hates him.
Right.
And where Obama's people would put up with his shit, Donald's like, shut up, Jim. Fuck you, Jim.
Jim's a self-centered piece of shit, and everything ends up being about him whenever he talks. So fuck that guy. And good for on Trump I thought he did a lot of fun things in that presser. What I saw of it,
Yeah.
he called it the China flu. He told the press to fuck off a few times, and he did address what's going on over in the Pacific Northwest. So, I'm waiting to see if I really hope he does declare Antifa a terror organization officially.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Teespring basically did.
Yeah, I saw they put a bunch of the stuff under review because of the violent acts. I'm wondering if they didn't try and burn down some Teespring official's house.
I think maybe even Ted Wheeler's stuff today did it. You still have people, though, arguing Antifa's not out there and that Antifa's not even really a thing.
Yeah. They've been organizing this stuff because I follow Villain Phoenix on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And he's posted a few things, so has Andy No, where they're doing organization on Twitter with these Twitter accounts, and they're not hiding what they're doing, organizing and going out to these things. And it's weird that everything that they say they're going to do seems to end up in violence whenever they're involved. It's almost like some sort of organization or something.
When you don't have the press there pointing out your horrible violent activities, you can hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you going to believe, the press or your lying eyes?
Well, yes, the press. You're supposed to believe them.
Speaking of the press, saw something so funny last night that I almost hurt myself. Guys, we watched a streamer's boyfriend get arrested and her lose her shit. Cat, what's her name? Cat Ketchup? Cat
Crimson.
Crimson.
Oh, it was beautiful.
She's this annoying Twitter. It's Periscope. She's a Periscope streamer who's been covering the riots, and she's annoying as fuck. She really is. But for the most part, you can handle her. But last night, her boyfriend gets arrested, and she loses her shit about how that's her shadow. How am I going to go on without my shadow? The clingiest bitch I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some clingy bitches, man. I kind of think he got himself arrested on purpose.
That was so funny. Yeah, he probably did just to get a weekend away from her. Look, when she said he has the keys to the car in the house,
yes,
dude, I almost pissed myself. That was so fun.
I got banned from her Periscope after just 2 comments. 2 comments, you guys. Now, granted, the first one was, "Can I put it in your butt?" Which I can't believe I didn't get banned for that one.
Well, right at that moment, I think she was consider all options because, she was vulnerable and she was looking for a new man to stalk her or whatever.
That did make her temporarily shut down her stream, though.
Yeah. Well, that was a pretty impressive feat in itself.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I hate trolls right now. Just close the stream.
We know it was you because it was right after you did it.
Yep. And then the second one, I asked her if she thought her boyfriend was going to come out of jail gay, and I got banned for that.
Yeah, some people just can't handle a joke. And, maybe he will, because he's got to avoid her somehow, and he'll need a new daddy to help. Oh, thank you, Cryptic. A child from Make-A-Wish Foundation wanted her last 5 to come to a man who reviews comic books. Seems specific, but here you go, buddy. Thanks, Cryptic.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I could use it to buy more pseudoephedrine.
Yeah, help Jack out. He's sick, you guys. Trolling. Look, I like to troll. I don't do it very often. Most of the time, me and Jack, we sit back and we watch and we talk to each other. Every now and then, I got to let the troll out. I got to let him play. And yes, I was a little sad that I didn't get banned after that first comment, but I'm more proud that she shut down the stream.
Oh, dude, that was watching her have that meltdown was so fucking beautiful. Funny.
And then she starts screaming at the police building, just screaming.
Yeah, like there were no cops around. It was funny reading the chat because they're all like, "Who are you yelling at?"
Oh, and people are telling her, "Look, it's all right. He'll get out tomorrow." And she's like, "That's not the point."
Oh, and it was funny when everybody got on the thing of like trying to freak her out more. Like, oh, maybe he's got a weapon, so maybe it's a felony.
Yeah, she told us that he had a baton on him, but she insists that it was worn in the open, that it wasn't concealed.
It was a baton of peace.
A baton of peace. Well, she said he used it to open a can. Like, how the fuck you open a can with a baton?
I have no idea. That makes no sense to me. And she had a knife.
Yeah, and then her dumbass pulls out a knife. What if I was arrested? Would this be a felony? I'm like,
yeah, that absolutely would be a felony. I'm pretty sure him having that baton probably is a felony if they decide to go for it, but probably just seize it. You know,
it's Portland. Yeah, they'll seize that and they'll let him out the next day with a slap on the hand.
Yeah,
now it's not even a slap on the hand. Most of the time, it's just like, okay, you can go. Don't fuck up again.
Yeah, don't pull that shit in Ohio. They don't fuck around.
But yeah, she whips out this knife, and it's illegal to be carrying a knife concealed in Portland. At least that's what I've been told from people who live in Portland. So yeah, sweetie, don't pull a Jessica Yaniv and get yourself in trouble on camera to try to make a point about the police who aren't even paying any fucking attention to your dumb ass.
Right. Oh, hey, thank you, Prospero, for the generous donation. Who says drug money? Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
I've actually had a couple of pseudoephedrine laying around, and they're the only thing keeping me from constantly sneezing.
Oh,
so
damn.
I got lucky because they're about to expire, but they were hidden in the back of the medicine cabinet. So I do need some.
I told you, man, I felt bad this whole last week, and there's no real good reason for it. I haven't done anything. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with me too, but I have these pills that make it so I don't feel anything.
Yeah. It really hits me hard. That's what I hate about living in Ohio is the seasonal shifts. So whenever there's a big drastic change in the weather, like drop in barometric pressure or anything, it really fucks with my sinuses.
Yeah, Michigan has that same effect, and we get the same kind of drops you guys do.
Yeah.
You stayed warmer a little bit longer than we did, but yeah, you're getting some of our cold. I'm telling you, we got to nuke Canada.
Right? This is that stupid tropical storm that hit New York. It moved everything around so that it changed the weather pattern. So it went up and brought a bunch of cold air down from Canada.
But if we nuked Canada, that would be a warm air coming down. Turn that into one big, warm, radiated zone. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It would be like a mini sun. It's worth a shot. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck global warming. Let's bring it on.
Well, right. We'll tell the Canadians ahead of time. We'll give them 15 minutes. They all live real close to the border. We'll give them 15 minutes warning, and they can get out. Lady Monkey was out of town.
They're not using it.
Yeah. Lady Monkey was out of town. That's why he felt bad. That's why I didn't sleep well. I told you guys I slept a lot. That's not exactly true. I was in bed a lot. That like 12, 14 hours a day in some cases. But I didn't sleep much. I do not sleep well when she's gone. I sincerely hope I sleep like a fucking baby tonight because she's back.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if she got back okay.
Dude, she did, yeah. I was sitting here playing on the computer, listening to music from just random videos that would pop up on YouTube. And in the recommended is the song Save the Best for Last, which is our song. I'm like, I haven't heard that in forever. So I clicked on it and it starts playing. And a text comes through from my wife about halfway through the song telling me she just dropped my son off. She'd be home in a couple of minutes. I was like,
oh, that's some awesome timing.
Yeah, right. And I just smiled and I got my crippled ass up, went outside, and I just sat there waiting for her. And my youngest son came home first. And he goes, "You waiting for mom?" I'm like, "Of course I am." He goes, "Good man." And he walks in the house. Hazmat, thank you. I hate the heat. I'd rather freeze to death than sweat. That's wrong.
No, that's 100% right, because freezing to death, you just fall asleep. Sweating to death is an awful way to go. You're miserable and sticky. Oh, fuck that. No, I'm with Hazmat.
I like to be warm. I like to be hot. Bring on the heat, man.
Thank you, Cryptic. I bought a toy from a Jewish woman from World War II era. The lady was sad to depart with it since the doll had a weird set of numbers on its arm as the one on the lady's arm. She gave it to me at discount, so passing it on to you. Thanks, Cryptic.
Wow.
And thank you, Evolved Potato. I heard LSD is good for a cold. Don't worry, I'll test it on a sick baby first. I stole a baby from a neonatal intensive care unit. Don't know why it was in there, but probably not important, so I'll let you know.
Wow.
Thank you, Evolved. You guys are going to give me really fucked up dreams.
Bob says it's easier to heat yourself up than to cool yourself down. One, okay, even if that were true my whole life, which it hasn't been, I've always preferred the heat. Right now, it's not. I get cold in an instant, and it takes forever to warm me up. In the wintertime, I sit in here, and that heater keeps this room 77 degrees, and I freeze. That's not fun. My hands get so cold. Lady Monkey actually likes them because she can use them as an ice pack. She likes this is true. She likes me to just hold her feet because they're cold and her feet get warm.
Yeah.
And she just likes that feeling. I'm like, okay. I'm glad this works for somebody. They get so cold I can't move them. They hurt.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Earlier today, both of my hands, they got so cold that I had to jump in the shower to warm up. But yeah, I don't like the cold. I don't understand people who do. I don't like my dick shriveling up. I like it hanging long, yo.
Nice.
I'll deal with a little sweat.
Just get some blankets and a beautiful lady and snuggle up. And then you'll be nice and toasty. Well, it's a little cool outside.
That's nerve pain. Yes, I'm aware. Believe me, I'm aware. Have you tried not living where it snows? Yes. But not in a long time.
Maybe you should give up smoking. That would probably help.
Yeah, fuck that. It's keeping me from getting COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Prospero says that doesn't work. My feet ache too much. If I get cold, it takes me forever to get warm. Yeah, I lay in my bed, like last night. I have a sheet, and then I have a thick fucking comforter. That thing weighs so much, Lady Monkey has trouble lifting it. And then I have a blanket on top of that I keep over my feet just to try to get them warm when I'm in bed. And it usually takes about an hour for me to actually get warm feet. Yeah, it sucks. Fuck you guys in your cold. That's what I'm saying. You guys can have your cold. I will stay where it's warm. I'll go to Jamaica. You guys can go to the Yukon. We'll see which of us have more fun lives.
Well, yeah, I don't like it that cold, especially if we're planning on nuking it.
Look, you guys can bundle up. I've heard all you got to do is put on more layers.
Yeah, I'm shooting for like 70 degrees year round. I'll be perfectly content with that.
I could live with 70, but yeah, I told you before, my ideal is probably about 85. I fucking love it. Somewhere where I can go, it's nice and warm, and I can go swimming all day.
Yeah.
And in 70, sometimes that's a little too cold. You get the wrong wind. I got the best of both worlds. My state is bipolar, cold and hot in the same week. Come to Michigan.
No, don't go to Michigan. Michigan kind of sucks. I'm sorry. The roads are bad and the weather blows.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ohio. Yeah, San Diego sounds awesome.
It's been so long since I've been there. The pictures still look beautiful, but yeah, I haven't been there in a long, long, long time. I haven't been there since I was 10. It's 35 years ago, man. And it was probably around this time because we went in the summertime. But we also went up to the Redwood Forest. God damn, those things are huge. Mom had told us about them. Like, no, you don't understand. These are really big trees. I'm like, all right, Mom. And you get up there like, holy shit. When you can carve a tunnel for cars to drive through in one, yeah, they're fucking huge. They're beautiful, though. It's really nice. California is a beautiful state that's been ruined by, well, shitheads.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the protest pulled up on another tab here, and yeah, a bunch of black blockers out there. So they're out there with their dumb little shields, like they're trying to do some kind of medieval siege on this police station that's just kind of sitting there. I'm hoping it's the wrong building and that's like a paper mill, and there's just like two security guards. They're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh, look, Kat's smiling. Oh, she just kissed somebody, so her boyfriend must have got out of jail. Aw. Yeah. Look how happy she is.
Romance. That dude's probably like, I wish I was still in jail.
He's like, I slept so good last night.
He had to cuddle with a homeless dude because they had to share a bunk, but, you know, it was worth it.
It's like, you're less hairy than my girlfriend.
He's less needy for sure.
Or she's cheating on him. No, this bitch is, look, I would not be surprised if she got fucked last night.
Yeah.
Because she is so clingy. All it would take is the right guy to swoop in there to make her feel better. And in a heat of the moment, she'd let him put the dick somewhere. But, yeah, this is a codependent bitch. Hazmat, thank you. Honestly, Huell Hauser is the reason why I like California, a true California gold rip, or R.I.P. Huell Hauser. I don't know who that is, but cool. I like California because I was born there, and the state, it really is beautiful, and it's got everything. It's got desert. It's got lush grasslands. It's got fucking snow-capped mountains. It's got the ocean. The only thing it doesn't have a lot of, Jack, is clean water lakes.
Yeah. Well, it's got a lot of leprosy now, too.
Thanks, yeah. Bums. It's got a lot of... They're turning it into Mexico.
Yeah. They're trying real hard. You know, they're like, fuck you, Mexico. Hold our beer.
Yeah. And by that, I'm not even talking about them letting illegals in, guys. I'm not. I'm talking about them taking an area that is beautiful, rich with resources, and just running it into the fucking ground.
Right?
That's what's wrong with Mexico. The cartels. Yeah, the cartels are. Oh, that's Arix. Arix and Cat in the same stream? Oh, man.
That means something's going down.
I just got a riot boner.
Right?
Oh, I want to see those two in a 69. Oh, look at that fat chick.
Like, you got Arix, Cat, Concrete, and Trey. That makes me think that we're one DeAndre away from a real riot.
Right. And yeah, look at that. That is a lot of black. Oh, look at the black bloc with press on their helmets.
Yeah.
You little shit bags. If you guys don't know what black bloc is, it's it's Antifa. People try to tell you, no, they're different things. No, they're not. They're the same. They're one and the same. Black bloc is just the more militant group of them rather than the ones who go onto Twitter and talk about fascism.
Yeah, they're whiny. They're just more action oriented whiny.
Yeah, they're the ones that when you watch these riots, you'll always see a huge congregation of people in all black. They're the reason I tell you that chick who got picked up on the street corner, that she was a CI. Because if you watch these guys, they don't have any identifying marks on them. It's all black. You don't wear anything that they can identify you with.
Yeah, you want to blend in, and that's what they do. Is no logos, no anything. That's usually how you can spot the diehards from the guys that are just there for a break and shit.
Yeah, and yeah, there's quite a few of them right behind Concrete over there. Yeah, that's a scary group. Now, if you ran at them with just screaming real loud, they would run like bitches because they're pussies.
Yeah.
But
they get brave with that anonymity in the crowd.
And if nobody's trying anything to stop them, they will destroy shit and hurt people.
Absolutely. They like to try and set stuff on fire and throw things at people, and unless somebody counterattacks or does something, that they're gonna end up killing some people for sure.
Yeah. And look, remember, where are they? That's
the police station they're surrounding. You can see it on the left, that building.
Yeah, I see that in Arix's thing. Is that the same place where concrete is?
I think so. Okay. They're in a different position. I think from what I can tell, they've got the whole building surrounded.
Because there's a couple of houses in the background there.
Yeah, it's a residential precinct. It's not the main headquarters. It's just a precinct house. That's the area that's the building they tried to burn down the other day. But
right.
This is in a suburb type area. This isn't downtown or anything.
Why isn't Ted out there with them now?
I don't know. He's busy probably trying to fellatiate Antifa some more. I don't think that dude knows what to do because he's politically aligned against Trump and he doesn't want to give him the win. But at the same time, if they burn down a precinct house, his career's in serious trouble, especially if there's dead cops. That dude's going to have nothing for security.
Oh, there's the hoary chick from Concrete. Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's weirdly attractive in a way.
Yeah, she is. And she dresses like a whore, which makes it better.
Yeah, because that chick totally has daddy issues enough to let you put it in her butt.
Oh, yeah. She's probably got something in her butt right now.
Yeah, she's got the daddy placeholder, also known as a butt plug.
She's just waiting for the right daddy.
Yeah.
And that's,
you know what?
Just somebody who's nice to her.
I would venture to say that I would probably butt bang her.
Oh, look, if I wasn't married, definitely. She's worth it. She's
pretty cute, and she's
worth a penicillin shot.
Yeah, she'll do some freaky shit for the like, oh, tell me about your piano recital, baby.
You just have to watch her do a little ballet performance first.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Which will be amusing on so many levels.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, is this hate speech? I'm not really sure on the hate speech thing. Because I haven't said anything about other groups tonight, so I'm very cautious. And I've been very careful not to say the C word tonight, Jack, because I did not check that box.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that she identifies as a boy, and we're just offering her some gay sex. So I don't see how that could be hate speech.
I'm a trans lesbian, so, I'm supposed to like her.
Yeah.
Prospero says, what? What do you mean crass? How's any of what we said crass?
I know I am crass and abrasive. I have been told this by several girlfriends.
There were several people who got upset earlier, Jack. The title of the stream, for those of you who missed it and are wondering what that's about, there was a secret rendezvous, and nobody's quite sure what happened, Jack. They think they know what happened. Gretchen Whitmer took a private plane out of Lansing today, landed in Delaware, did something, flew back to Lansing.
I can tell you what happened.
I think that she was probably being told she's not going to be vice president, but it's entirely possible that she laid down, lifted up her skirt, and let her unshaven bush flap in the wind. And Joseph Biden slammed his face into it and just went for about half an hour before he stood up and then stuck it in her butt. It's possible. I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying it's possible.
I think, although your scenario is quite amusing, I think what really happened was she sat down in a barber chair and Joe Biden got to sniff her hair on her head for an hour to see if she was qualified to be VP.
It's possible. It's possible. Like, I don't feel my hair growing. Oh, wait, I felt one.
And then while he was sniffing, he was like, "You mean nothing to me."
Right. You mean nothing to me. Whatever happened to Tara Reid?
Everybody realized she was a crank and walked away.
Yeah, I still think she was lying.
Yeah.
I think she was telling the truth about parts of it.
Yeah, I think parts of it were true, but she exaggerated quite heavily, and maybe she wrote that script in her head over the years and it evolved into that to where she believed it. But I don't think most of that was real.
The police are out. Oh, look at that. Time to back up, fellas.
As soon as the cops get to the orange cones, they'll be 2 blocks away.
Jay Reynolds, I can't read what you said there. I understand, but he's talking about her pubes forming a Karen style. I bet she has like shaved into her pubes. Can I speak to your manager? How cool would that be?
She just has the word. It's got like the LifeLock symbol there, and she's locked it down.
I think she's probably got one of those bushes that, starts like 3 inches above her clit and goes all the way past her butthole.
Ew.
You need to shave that down, sweetheart. You don't have to get rid of it all. Just trim it. But no, so yeah, guys, all seriousness, there was a plane trip to and from Delaware from Lansing that the governor was on. We know she was on that. They won't confirm what she did, who she saw. The Biden camp won't confirm whether he met with her. There's no other reason for Gretchen Whitmer to make a really quick trip to Delaware. So it was either to be told she's going to be vice president or being told she wasn't. Reportedly that there were other meetings, but nobody knows who the meetings were with. Nobody's been able to pin down any of the other contestants.
Yeah,
But,
I think that'd be a lot of work, though, if you're not being considered for something.
Yeah,
that's an email.
In politics, usually not. In politics, a lot of times when it comes to the vice presidential thing, they will meet with each of them. The difference is usually we're not in COVID years, so they can do it on the campaign trail. It's a lot easier to hide, which, again, I do not understand. Why in the fuck they treat it like a state secret?
Yeah. Well, it should be in quarantine for 2 weeks.
Probably.
And she's lucky it wasn't New York. They'd want to see her papers.
D. Quaidman says Gretchen ain't black enough. If they pick Gretchen Whitmer, the backlash from the black community is going to be amusing to watch.
And from everyone in Michigan, like, look, we want her out of here too, but
the backlash will be amazing. And it's been getting louder and louder from the black community that Democrats take them for granted. And they see this, especially black women, as their year. They think it's coming. They think at the very least they're going to throw them the VP bone. And if they don't, oh my God. Oh my God.
Well,
you could
they are tone deaf enough to do it.
They are. But Jack, I have a theory.
Uh-oh.
And I mentioned this at the beginning. I think maybe Joe or somebody in his immediate family, say his wife or his chief of staff, somebody who realizes how close to power they are, doesn't want to give it up. Most of us are pretty sure Joe's not going to last very long. And we don't mean die. We mean 25th.
Yeah.
They will invoke the 25th Amendment, say that he's out of his mind, and that brings in the vice president. But Jack, what if one of them is shrewd enough to know you pick the inexperienced Becky from Michigan, that they'll be less likely to try it? Because a lot of the other people, like Kamala Harris, she has people in Washington. Susan Rice, she has at least Obama aides that in Washington who would help out, you know?
Yeah,
Whitmer doesn't have that.
that's true.
So that would be a good pick if Joe, or at least his family, is like, no, we want to serve as many of these 4 years as possible. And this will keep them from pushing forward with, well, Whitmer. That could be the only reason I would see why they would pick Gretchen Whitmer. There's nothing else that makes sense with that woman from this state. She's only been here. Now, she is popular with the Detroit crowd. And I don't mean black people, guys. I mean liberals. The Wayne County, what other counties are down that way? All those fucking weirdos down there. Where all of the fucking liberals in this state, white and black, live.
Yeah.
They love her. The rest of Michigan's like, can we get rid of this bitch?
Yeah, Michigan's a swing state, though, so Trump needs it to win.
Yep.
So, and he did barely win it last time, so that might be enough in their mind to justify that, because it's going to have to be somebody with some influence, too.
I think, but see, here's the problem with picking somebody like Whitmer. This is the backlash from the black community I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you have a white candidate picked, a white woman picked as this one, there's been so much hype for it to be a black woman. Even though, again, Joe never said it would be black. His campaign never said it would. He never said it would be a person of color. He said they were considering many people of color.
Yeah.
The only thing he said is he promised it would be a woman. So Gretchen Whitmer qualifies. But if you have the black community come out and feel like they just got hosed again, like they're being taken for granted again, you could see them stay home in bigger numbers than they did last time, or even vote for Trump, who just named the first black head of the Air Force.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a total possibility he picks Whitmer for the reasons you said. Plus, it's a swing state and all that other stuff. I think they are tone deaf enough to not realize the backlash they could get, and they think that black people are blindly loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you've got the possibility that they're buying into the polls that Joe is vastly far ahead of Trump, and they just think that anybody that stays home isn't going to matter.
If you have Joe pick this woman, if she's the pick, oh my God, it'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun, I swear to God. You will have black people playing Joe's, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and Joe's, unlike you Latinos, blacks all think the same on a loop.
Well, I think Joe might be a little bit of a racist from some of those statements.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's going to be perceived that way. I don't know if he actually is a racist, but it's going to be perceived that way because he's from that generation, where that sort of thing was acceptable to say. And with mental decline, he's going to be just saying whatever the fuck comes into his head.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to alienate some black voters that way anyway. But, yeah, I mean, I could see him picking Whitmer.
With a Whitmer pick, I mean, he screws himself with the black vote. He really does.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, but I don't think they realize that.
I think he believes what he said, and I think a lot of Democrats do. And this is why it's going to hurt them with the black community, because it is literally them just going, you're going to vote for us anyway.
Yeah.
It's them taking them for granted.
Absolutely. Like they always do. And black people are finally waking up to that as a group. That, hey, maybe they don't appreciate anything you're doing for them.
Yep.
So, yeah, if he is a racist or has racist tendencies, even just like from the dementia or whatever, I don't see him picking a black person. So it would make sense that he would pick Whitmer. And that accusation will get thrown at him from even some CNN and MSNBC contributors like Don Lemon.
James Colley says, I see him trying to tank his own campaign on purpose. He could do a lot more to tank his campaign if that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to try. I think he just needs to be out in public, and people will be like, "What the fuck what are you doing? What is this?"
He could come out and just be openly racist. I mean, Snubber, thank you. You hear about BitChute banned on Twitter? No, I didn't.
Yeah, I got in on that one a little bit. They backed it off a little bit, but you couldn't even search at BitChute and have it come up with their Twitter handle.
Wow.
And if you go to my Twitter page, D Reviewer, and click on the link to BitChute, it gives you a warning saying that it may be a malicious site.
Oh.
And
so you're not even allowed to link it.
No, you anything you linked, that tweet basically just vanished into the ether. So if you tweeted out your BitChute link or a link to any video, it was just disappearing into the nothing.
Nice.
Yeah,
I haven't paid any attention. I didn't see anything about it. I don't follow BitChute. I don't go over there because I don't like the site. Sorry guys, it's a garbage site. They need to fix it. They need so much in their UI, man. It's crap.
Yeah, I get more views over there than I do on YouTube.
Here comes the cops again. This time they're coming from around the corner and down the street. Oh, there's Russian. Get them, boys! Right into the middle of
that
them.
shit. Show them how pussy their little shields are. They broke that line in 2 seconds.
They did.
Amazing.
With less than a quarter of the people.
Yeah, did you see that fat bitch with the half
dude,
trash can?
Don't fight. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you're fighting guys literally in body armor with sticks, pepper spray, guns, tasers, and radios to call similar individuals. What are you
doing?
Training? Fighting skills.
Dumb motherfuckers. Hee. Run, pussies. I hate these people. I'm sorry. I fucking hate these people. They're horrible little commie shitbags. I don't have this sound on, so I don't know if they were warned that this was coming, but
they've been being warned the entire time.
Yeah, so get the fuck back like you were told to, dumbass.
Their warning time has been like 2 seconds lately. They are so sick of this shit. It's obvious.
Miles, thank you so much. Hey, guys, thoughts on Trump suspending the payroll tax? It's a device that's been used from time to time to help the economy get back. And there's some validity to it. But we are so overextended.
Yeah.
And they're talking about at least $1 trillion more. Thank you, Buster's Outlaw. For Jack, this is the only way I can donate. Get better.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, these things are getting more and more aggressive on both sides because, I mean, we've seen these people arming up more and more.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that this is what it is. It's annoying. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, I think this is going to get a lot worse, but the cops are definitely fed up with this crap, though. Yeah, they're talking about using tear gas now. Yeah, the country's running out of money. We can't keep printing it. That $600 a week or a month, whatever it is fucking dumb. You're incentivizing way too many people not to go to work.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. And wanting to make universal basic income is just not feasible right now. Okay. Yeah, it'll just make prices go up anyway.
What the hell? I don't understand what's going on.
Fucking A. Yeah,
Oh,
you're using cough syrup on waffles helps. That has never worked for me, but maybe something to consider. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that constantly giving out stimulus packages is the way to get things done. I think they're going to have to open things up and let people get back to work and stop pushing this stuff off. They can't keep delaying everything.
what the hell?
Yeah, DeQuaid Man says, isn't it weird that the government had no money for anything until COVID, and then all of a sudden a few $1 trillion later on? Yeah, they're just running the printing press.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do that. And yeah, I mean, if they keep doing that, the money's going to tank and hyperinflation will set in, and then we'll have a depression, which I know that's what Bill Maher wants, but I don't want that.
Yeah, so with the especially with the payroll tax, I mean, our Social Security is not solvent. It hasn't been for a long time. It is destined to crash into a wall eventually. They just keep pushing it back.
Yeah.
Which is what payroll tax pays for, theoretically.
Yeah.
Again, I get it, but I just do the flat give the people the money thing and open everything back the fuck up. Open it up. You want to fix things? Open it back up. It'll come back quickly.
Yeah, and then we could build up some herd immunity, which would be nice.
And we'll get over this shit really quick.
Thanks, Monkey.
That's not from me. That's from Buster.
Thanks, Buster.
Oh, look, you're going to jail, homie. I like watching these guys get arrested. I really do.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Don't be mean to him. And I'm like, be meaner. Go Chinese on his ass.
Right? Smack that little shithead up. I bet everybody in this neighborhood hates these people by now.
If the economy collapses, you won't have the finances to provide medical treatment to everyone. No, Dangerous. That's not how it happens, man. You see, we just print a shit ton of money, make everybody a billionaire. And then even though that $1 billion is only worth 3.5 cents, you can go buy a whole lot of healthcare with it, which the government's going to pay for anyway. Because, I mean, I don't know.
Now, I fully agree that healthcare is outrageously overpriced, but a lot of that is insurance cost from lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits specifically.
You have that. You have the ridiculous amount of administrators they need to follow state and federal laws and work with all the different insurance companies. You have just tons of shit that, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the level of bureaucracy is amazing at a hospital. It really is. All the compliance stuff is absurd. And the tort that these doctors have to go through, they have entire books. I used to know a medical resident. She was going to be a doctor. And they have entire books devoted to how not to get sued. Like how to phrase things, how to interact with somebody that's hostile, or interact with a hypochondriac, because they're all litigious as hell.
Yep. The first thing, if something goes wrong, you got to sue them.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everything's a fucking lawsuit.
Yeah. My mother-in-law, she broke her collarbone putting on a shirt. I was like, you need more milk in your diet, honey.
Yeah.
But she puts on the shirt and she gets this really bad pain, and she goes to the emergency room, and they tell her to take some Motrin and send her home. They don't even x-ray it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And so She goes back, of course. She goes to see her doctor, and they get an X-ray. I'm like, that bone's fucking broken. And my mother-in-law, she's like, well, it's not a big deal. And my wife's like, no, this is fucked up. And she calls them. We didn't sue, but my wife, she's talking to the administrator, and they say, well, we're not going to charge her for that emergency room visit. And my wife, who's one of the sweetest, nicest people you've ever heard, except for when she's making fun of me, of course. She's not argumentative. She's not mean or anything like that. She's not confrontational. That's me. Lost her shit. She's like, you're goddamn right. She's not going to pay for it. I don't have a problem with something like that. You know, you go in and they fuck up a little bit, you know, just like, I'm not paying for that. And they're like, yeah, you're right. You shouldn't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Now you give me $50,000, which we could have sued and probably got that just from them going, yeah, we don't even want to deal with you.
Yeah. And that's the problem, is that they end up settling a lot of frivolous cases. It's like just because it's cheaper, and they don't want the hassle or the press. Just like those people that fake fall down.
Oh yeah,
at the stores.
When I worked at Walmart, there was a woman known. If you saw her, you made sure the floors were clean. Because if that bitch saw anything on the floor, she would fall.
Yeah.
We had paid for like 3 different $10,000 medical bills for that bitch.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And when I left the store, me and Lady Monkey were in there and we're shopping, and there's some broken eggs on the floor. And I see her down by the meat department. She's probably, I don't know, 40 feet away. And I grabbed the closest associate. And I said, you need to get this cleaned right now. Yeah. And I still knew everybody there because I'd only left like a month before. Like, you need to get this cleaned right now. I'm like, okay, yeah, I will. And they put a little cone around it, which, by the way, does not stop you from a lawsuit. This person disappears and they're gone. It had to be 5 minutes, Jack. And sure enough, this bitch comes walking up. She sees it and slipped. Like, God damn it. I told you. I warned you.
Like, there's plenty of legitimate malpractice things you can sue for, but some people are just looking for a payout.
Uh-huh.
And they see an opportunity, they'll take it. And they're the ones that ruin it for everyone. They're the reason you pay more at stores and prices go up. And they're the same type of people that'll just steal shit for stealing's sake. There's no motivation to it.
Did you just see that?
What?
On Asphalt Pirate.
No, I wasn't watching him.
Right by those poles, they have whole stacks of eggs.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising. The vans drop them off, I'm pretty sure.
Did you see that van that got busted and they had all kinds of weapons inside?
Yes. I told you, man, they had stuff in those.
Were you shocked by that? Because we read it on Lords of the Night. I'm like, yeah, we've guessed that was happening for a while.
No, I've seen them take stuff out of the back of those vans before on streams. They took some power tools out the one time over at the federal building. But it's if you don't capture it, nobody believes you. So, but yeah, I've seen them take stuff out of the back because the side door is where the snacks are, and the shit in the back is where they keep everything else. So I'm not surprised at all. I think that's who's been dropping off like the eggs and the bricks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. And these people are funded. Uh-oh. Run! You ain't gonna outrun that cop, homie.
No, he's wearing body armor, dude, and he's catching pace. Come on.
Yeah. Do not get away from that stream. Run, homie. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Trey's a retard. Or Asphalt, whoever that was.
Asphalt's the one who was, he stopped chasing anyway. God damn, I want to see that guy get tackled. Because that's going to hurt. That's going to be on Asphalt.
Yeah, and the dude in body armor ain't going to be hurt.
At least be smart, homie. Start running through people's yards. Snubber, thank you. Mira Viti on Twitter clips a lot of these protests. You should follow her. I watch them. I'll check her out, but I mean, I watch them.
These are my stories. I'll check it out.
Right. Well, I mean, and plus Andy No clips a lot of them, and I don't follow him, but Tim Pool has started doing it too, and people that I follow like it or retweet it, so it pops up in my feed all the time. Like I said, I'll check her out, but I like watching this shit live. What are they pulling off that dude? Is somebody going to prison tonight?
Probably.
Homie, what you got?
They've pulled guns off people several times now at these. Yesterday or the day before, they got a gun. And then somebody dropped one while running 2 days ago.
Jesus
that was
Christ.
A separate incident. So, yeah, there's guns out there. These people are armed with more than just batons and knives. They've got guns. The knives are bad enough. But, yeah, I'm not surprised if he's got a gun on him. Wouldn't shock me at all. They're arming up, and it's going to get bloody. I've been saying it for weeks now. It's going to happen. Just as the longer these go on, the more likely someone's going to get killed.
Yep. All it takes is that one guy who wants to be the hero. Guys, for the record, the show is pretty much over. We're done with the main topics. Me and Jack haven't watched these streams together live for a while, so we're just going to kick back and do that a little bit. John Miller says monkey equivalents of a soap opera. Kind of. It's like a Mexican soap opera.
Yeah, it's a telenovela with special needs people, like Downesty.
Downesty?
You never saw Downesty?
No.
Oh, I am a bad friend. I will link you a video about Downesty.
Downesty?
Yeah, I just dropped the link to the stream we're watching in the chat, but I'm going to drop the link to Downesty too. It's an all Down syndrome cast of a soap opera.
No.
Yes.
Thank you guys who've been dropping the links tonight. I saw Prospero do it, and I see Della Hayes. Thank you guys so much for dropping a Streamlabs link. Guys, we are still brought to you by you. Enjoy this. Please hit the like button. Please share. And please throw some money at Sicky over there so we can get some medicine. Downesty. You're going to kill me.
I just dropped the link in both the group chat and the live chat. Thank you, Pete. Correct. I just pretended to give you a trivia question and you got it right. Thanks, Pete.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, yes, you can. It only lasted one season. And there's an episode where there's a pregnant Downsy, and the doctor's like, the baby may not be Downs. And that's like, dun, 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 because even the doctor's all Downsy.
Oh, it's a Downsy just grabbing another Downsy's ass, feeling her up.
Yeah, there's a sexual harassment storyline.
No.
You're all welcome.
There's a little Downsy kid. I can't. No, I just can't. I'll have to watch that later. Danger Spaces says, I feel like I'm going to hell for watching that. I know I'm going to hell for watching that. I will watch it. Just not right now. Oh God.
It's a foreign show on top of that. It's from like the Netherlands or somewhere like that.
How inclusive. Downesty. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome. I'm going to hell.
Thank you, Jedi Ghost Bear. I have a great MITAM story on the hashtag. I haven't checked the hashtag in a while. People keep yelling at me to do it. I'll take a quick look. But remember, guys, the main part of the show is over. We're on to watching these idiots a little while before we wrap up.
We've moved on to an authorized TV show about Down syndrome people and an unauthorized one about that.
Which one are you talking about, Jedi? Oh, there you are. Braves organist plays Beat It for Reese McGuire's walk-up music. Oh, apparently he'd been arrested for public masturbation. That's kind of funny. Huh. All right.
Who got arrested for public what?
He's a baseball player.
Oh, I don't know anything about baseball. Sorry.
Well, when he went up to the plate, the organist at the park played "Beat It."
All right, that's pretty fucking funny.
That's funny. I hope he laughed. I don't know. I didn't read the story. I just read the what I could see in the tweet. Is this Maria chick actually at this, or is she retweeting other people's stuff?
I have no idea.
Huh. She says she's not in the videos, and she's got some from Portland and Seattle. It looks like on the same day, so I'm guessing it's not her. But cool enough. All right. Anyway, stop telling me to go look at shit, guys. I'm watching a riot right now. I can't watch the riot if I'm looking at other shit.
Yeah, we might miss something because this is the American version of Dynasty.
Why is that guy in all white?
I have no idea.
Is he with the police, or is he supposedly one of these guys? Pete, thank you so very much. That is very, very kind of you. No donation. No message with the donation. That's very nice. I appreciate that. I like to imagine when he does that, what he meant to say is, "You are a sexy beast, and I appreciate that you're alive." Or something to that effect.
Yeah, well, it's always fun to insert your own comment when somebody doesn't.
Yeah, it's looking like the group of protesters is mostly back the fuck off. There's see, guys, this is one of my favorite things about these shitheads. These fucking shitheads, they'll stand there and talk crap to the police about what pussies they are. And even though they outnumber the police by a lot, the police start running in, they run like little bitches.
Yeah,
every time. The
cops so much as take one literal step forward and they will run away.
Yep.
They don't even have to get charged. The cops could just start walking forward and they will back off, at least a significant number of them. It's when they bull rush them, that's when they're arresting someone. And it's amazing every time. And when the cops start going back to their vehicles, these guys will run back up and start flipping them off and screaming at them.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you're so brave watching them walk away from you."
There was a guy last night. The cops were just standing there, and the protest had pretty much ended. The last bull rush had pushed everybody back, but there were just a couple of hangers on. And this one guy, he says to the cops, "What are you doing? Shouldn't you be home with your wives? Aren't you wondering what your wives are doing? I fucked all your wives tonight." Good one. Good burn.
Right? You're gonna be a very lonely man when you have no backup and they come running at you.
Your dirty, smelly ass has been standing with a whole bunch of other dirty, smelly people yelling and breaking shit instead of actually being out there finding a woman to fuck, you loser piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's almost like they don't understand that, yeah, women do like guys with jobs.
Offhand, Greg, I don't have any more interesting shows. I think that one will probably satiate your interest for a few minutes, but
there's a whole season of that.
Yeah, it's only like 12 episodes. It's a European season,
but still,
yeah, it's actually pretty well scripted because they have some typical soap opera subplots. Like, there's something wrong with your baby. There's a sexual harassment thing. There's lots of drama.
Well, watching the camera angles, because I wasn't listening to it, I was just looking. Did they let Downsies record it too?
They may have.
That close up on him squeezing her ass just made me laugh my ass off.
Right?
Oh my god!
Oh, wait till you watch the show. You're gonna feel like a really bad person.
Oh, Officer 44. They're talking about that over in the chat on Eyes On. Guys, remember, if you go over to Eyes On Stream from here, make sure you hit that like button for him. Officer 44 is reportedly, from what Kat told us last night, she's the one that arrested her boyfriend. And what did she say? She could tell it was her because of her nice eyebrows? Some weird shit like that. I knew it was her because she had those nice eyebrows.
Yeah. A way to be jealous and catty and when your boyfriend's arrested by a chick.
Yeah. I hope he got to fuck Officer 44, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I hope she was like, we can tell her we kept you a little bit longer. You want to come back to my place?
Gross. If he was with Kat, man, nobody wants to be touching that. God only knows where she's been.
Look, if I was single, I would like to be part of an Aurix cat sandwich.
I'd have sex with Kat for spite. Aurix needs to lose about 10 pounds, maybe 20.
Well, yeah, she's getting plump, but
she's got more swelling issues than Batgirl and Batman and Robin.
Wow, that's just hurtful.
Only
That's
to
okay.
Alicia Silverstone.
I would ask her to dress up as Batgirl for me. Be like, dress up as Batgirl. And she'd be like, no, I'm moving when you told me to move. Oh, I'm just saying. I mean, I think she's crazy, and I bet she does weird shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fat chicks are softer, though.
Ew.
I don't mind a little meat on the bone. I actually like meat on the bone. Jack apparently wants to make broth.
There's a difference between meat on the bone and having like two hams rubbing together for thighs.
What's wrong with that?
Gross.
Wow. I want to see more people arrested.
Well, they'll have to wait for this wave of cops to fall back, and then they'll embolden themselves again and be like, our shields are bulletproof.
Well, I'm wondering because there was the big story that came out with, the governor saying, I've got them to call the feds off. And so the media stopped paying attention to this.
Yeah.
What's going to take for them to pay attention again to get the big crowds back out here? Because this is Friday night. And that's not a very big crowd. Not compared to what we saw, especially right after the news stories there at the Justice Center.
Yeah. I think somebody's going to have to get seriously hurt. And then the media love bloodbaths. They're like sharks. And then you'll see the big crowds out. But it wouldn't surprise me if there's a lot of a lot of little marches going on, and they're just not coordinated enough. I do not need an intervention, St. Fugi. I just don't like cottage cheese thighs.
If anybody can, go over to Kat's Periscope and tell her, Monkey, sorry for what he said last night. He doesn't want to put it in your butt. He's glad your man is back. I hope he puts it in your butt.
Hope she got some comfort dicking. I missed you, so I had to get a substitute you.
She's one of those women who's so clingy. So clingy.
Oh, it was amazing how much crying she did.
It looked like a scripted, really bad movie.
Yeah, that was Oscar worthy.
That's the kind of shit you don't get to see unless you're dating that kind of weird woman. That kind of creepy, overly attached freak.
Yeah, or one of your best friends is dating a chick like that. You might see it come out, because I bet she hates all of his friends because they take him away from her. Dragon
Mage, thank you so much. Have you seen Bernie's 60% wealth tax proposal? I did.
I bet it's like $5 over what he made last year, so that he's exempt from it.
It's for billionaires.
Oh, of course it is.
He wants to take, what was it, something like $47 billion from Bezos. Just take it.
Oh, yeah. That's incentive to do stuff in the country that it hasn't historically ruined every place that kind of wealth grab has tried?
Well, a couple of things. One, even with all the money he wants to take, it's not going to pay for much.
No.
We are 20 plus trillion dollars in debt. 20 plus trillion. And he's talking about taking 47 billion.
Yeah, that's not even going to dent anything.
Not to mention, Jeff Bezos doesn't have a Scrooge McDuck kind of safe full of cash that he jumps in and swims around in.
Well, that's the problem with wealth redistribution. They don't understand. The people that want to do it have no concept of how money actually is handled and how it's tied up in like property and stocks and bonds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't grasp that. They just don't get it. So it's a pipe dream bullshit. He might see some stuff, but you're never going to get all their money.
If Bezos was able to get $47 billion in order to pay his taxes, he would have to sell off $47 billion in assets, likely mostly stock.
Yeah.
Which, as he sold it, would drop in value. The whole time you sell, the more stocks on the market, the less they're worth. That's how stocks work. He would crash a market doing that.
Plus, it would panic a lot of other rich people into selling off their stock and hiding their money overseas.
Yep.
And it would probably make the stock market take a huge shit.
Yep. Because he's talking about doing it to all billionaires. Which, again, I think the grand total from what I saw, it might be like $250 billion worth of stuff. You're going to take that out of the economy. Good job.
Yeah. Bezos uses a lot of that money to pay people. You know, he spends a lot of that money. It's fluid. You know, he's paying people to work for him. He's got secretaries and personal assistants. All those jobs would vanish if they took his money. Say what you will about the rich people. We do kind of need people that have some money to start up businesses so they can hire people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would have to sell off businesses, sell real estate. You can't. They don't just have piles of money sitting around, you stupid fucks.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
I'd have a chair made out of money if I had his kind of cash, but
yeah, if I had his kind of, you know, I might liquidate $1 billion so I could swim in it. I'd have it, you know, dry cleaned first so it was clean.
Yeah,
I'd have it literally laundered, and then Scrooge McDuck that bitch up. But I would have it like a big safe room where I could just go in there and sleep in my money.
I hear it cures AIDS.
Yeah, it took care of Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I saw it on South Park. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Not just positive. I'm HIV positive. Will you stop saying that? Oh, I fucking love that episode.
Right.
He purposefully gives Kyle AIDS. Oh man, he has that benefit and nobody comes because nobody cares about AIDS anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe if you had cancer. Oh man, it is funny how we just stopped caring about AIDS.
Well, the survival rate went up. The medication became more affordable and better at treating people.
Mm-hmm. AIDS is still out there, guys. Still protect your dick, man.
Yeah, wear your raincoats. Might rain. Also protects you from the hypnotic juices of the vagina.
Yeah.
I heard that on a live stream once.
Plus, there's other shit you don't want to pick up, man.
Yeah. Like if you're banging one of these crazy whores at a protest or something, you want to make sure you have like a steel belted condom because their crazy might infect you. It's called syphilis and it's very dangerous. Indeed.
Here's the thing. When it comes to AIDS, it is actually very hard for a man to get it from a woman, from normal sex. That's true, guys. Look it up. I'm not spreading fake information. The CDC, even at the height of this, my friend did this. he called the CDC to ask them if he should be worried about HIV. And he told him he had sex with a woman that he had just met. And the questions were, are either of you drug users? And like, no. Like, was it just penis and vagina sex? And he's like, yeah. Like, you shouldn't have to worry. CDC told him this. And it's because it's very hard for a man to get it from a woman. But there are all kinds of other things women can give you that will make your dick itch.
Yeah.
Or burn.
Yeah. Yeah. The gonorrhea is bad. Okay.
Or pustule up. Get yourself a nice case of genital warts. Be careful where you're putting that thing. John Miller says gay men, on the other hand. No, there's a reason that gay men transmitted AIDS so easily. And it's because, well, anal sex tends to rip the insides, opening things so that other fluids can get in.
Yeah. If you have any injuries on your dick, you can really increase your chances there.
Yep.
That's why you want to wear the condoms.
Yep.
Oh, the cops are falling back. They got everybody loaded in the paddy wagon. So we can look forward to a new rush in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you think last night, I mean, after the major rush like this, the protesters just were like, all right, fuck it, let's go home. Do you think they're going to do that tonight, or do you think they're going to have one more dumbass push? I can't see how many people are still there.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a line of protesters back by the police station on one of the other, I think it was on asphalts, but I can't really tell. First of all, it's kind of grainy. And you know what? With these things, they just seem to be very unpredictable. It really comes down to how many hanger-ons are out there. Because it's a lot of these people are just there for the thrill of it, especially this late at night. Because usually after the first two rushes by the cops, all the normies go home. But the people that want to cause trouble and the Antifa people tend to hang around longer. But even the Antifa people will disappear after a while, and you'll just see a bunch of the like degenerates and weirdos.
Viking says it's still early on the left coast of the country. Yeah, it's just after. Well, it's almost 2:00. Back in the Justice Center days, these things would go on till sometimes 7:00 in the morning their time. But the one last night, and granted that was a Thursday, it had broken up right about now. This is when we were watching Cat cry, which was great.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It's really weird. That's why I think there's a lot more organization here than people let on. Because it seems like a large group of people disappears all at one time.
Yeah.
So, and it's usually the black bloc. You can tell because of the outfits, like we've said many times. But so a lot of the hanger-ons and the wannabes, they'll stay till pretty late, or until it gets thin enough that they know they could get arrested.
Yeah, it's not looking like there's much of a crowd left there. Huh. Well, Jack, I'm happy. I got to see some people arrested.
Yeah.
And by people, I mean shitbag rioters. Their mommies called them in. I'm just waiting for the guy who kicks it off. Because like I said, it just takes one guy to be the one to go, I'm going to start it. Yeah.
Start the glorious revolution and be the hero that he thinks he's meant to be, like John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
Milkman Dan brings up a good point. He said, how fucking painful was Baloose singing the other night? Dude, that guy was so fucking obnoxious. He just started singing songs, and he seems to think he's a good singer. It was painful. I'm pretty sure even the squirrels around my house were fleeing.
Well, I didn't see that one, thankfully. like I said, yeah, I'd taken a couple of days off watching, and I don't regret that. But fuck these people. Jack, I think it's about time to wrap up. The riots calmed down some, and I'm tired, and you're sick, and yeah.
Yeah, it works for me. I'm probably going to watch this for a few more minutes, then go to bed, because I'm pretty fucking wiped out.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are very generous, and I really, really do appreciate it. Jack, anything you'd like to show today?
I'll drop a link to a video in the chat. Thank you so much for the donations, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go get some meds first thing in the morning. When I drag, probably in the afternoon when I drag my ass out of bed.
Tonight we're going to be on Satsu 2 Cents' channel for Lords of the Night. I know it's my night, but we're not going to be there. We're going to be over on his channel. So come hang out for that. Thank you so much, James Kyle. You said sick and tired stream? No. I'm going to go lay down. Lady Monkey's back, so I want to get at least some sleep and be able to spend some of the day with her tomorrow. I missed her a lot. I'm not as codependent as Kat, but I'm close.
There aren't many people as codependent as Kat, seems to be.
Right. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, and thanks for hanging out, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Good time.
Feel better, sir.
Thank you.
What should I sing about tonight?
I don't know. But thanks to everybody who told me to feel better. I appreciate it. It's really nice of you. You should sing a love ballad of Kat and her boyfriend, the Shadow.
Cat is clingy and my